Hey y'all, hey, how's it going? How you doing? How you feeling? How has your week been? I hope you've had a wonderful week and you're getting ready to have a wonderful weekend. We are finally at the end of this series. This is the last and final video in this series and the last and final airline of my list. Now, before we get started on anything, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you go and share it with your friends, family, and other aviation enthusiasts. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Now that we're at the end, what's your favorite airline? Do you like any of the airlines in this list? Or do you have your own that you like that I never even mentioned? Please do let me know. Go and follow me over on Twitter at DragonPink07. I am quite active on Twitter, so please make sure you go follow me over there. I do respond to folks on Twitter as well as I do respond to my folks in the comments. So again, please make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, share it with others, and go follow me over on Twitter at DragonPink07. So, we're at the end. So let's run through the list real quick from top to bottom. Number 1 we had was Qatar. Number 2 was Delta. Number 3 was Singapore. Number 4 was JetBlue. Number 5 Number 5 was All Nippon. Number 6 was Hawaiian. And for this last one, we are going all the way across the world. All the way across the world. We're going to the Outback. And I don't mean Outback Steakhouse either. We're going over to the Outback, y'all. We're going over to the home of Felix and Bang-Chan. You'll understand that one if you are a K-pop fan of Stray Kids. But anyway, let's get it. Australia, a sovereign country comprising the mainland of the Australian continent, the island of Tasmania, and numerous smaller islands. It is the largest country by area in Oceania and the world's 6th largest country. It is also the oldest, flattest, and driest inhabited continent. As of 2022, the population is estimated at 26,016,400 people. Australia is known for many landmarks and well-known historical sites. These places include the Royal Exhibition Building, which was actually the first building in Australia to be listed under the World Heritage Site. The Sydney Opera House, the Royal Botanic Gardens Sydney, the Australian War Museum, and Bondi Beach, just to name a few. Australia draws thousands of tourists to see its amazing historic architecture, enjoy its unique cuisine, and take part in watching a game of cricket and football, the two most prominent sports in Australia. While there is a lot to the country that is unique and subsequent to itself, Australia is also home to, again, famous K-pop sensation Felix and Bang-Chan. And if you haven't already figured it out, I put this in here twice on purpose. These two are two of my favorites of the group. I love the entire group of 8 in Stray Kids, but Felix and Bang-Chan actually happen to be my bias and bias wrecker. Again, if you are a K-pop fan, you will know exactly what I mean by that. If not, just know that they are two of my favorites out of the group. But again, I like everybody in the group, but those two stick out to me. But Australia is also home to someone else, the flying kangaroo, or most commonly known as Qantas. Qantas is Australia's largest airline by fleet size, international flights, and international destinations. It is also the world's oldest airline still in operation. Wait till I get down to it, y'all. This airline old, but it's still going. It's still going strong. Founded in Winton, Queensland on November 6, 1920 by Hudson Fysh, Paul McGuinness, and Fergus McMaster as Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services Limited. The first aircraft was an Avro 504K. Each time I've been doing these videos, I've mentioned it previously, but the different type of aircraft that were used way back when, a lot of them I have never heard of. As like I mentioned before, I was not born until 1988. And while I am an aviation enthusiast, I still have a lot that I can learn, or a lot, should I say, to learn when it comes down to the various aircraft type that exist, have existed, and may have once existed that don't exist today. But, you know, it is what it is. The airline would commence operations on March of 1921 and began international flights in May of 1935. In 1934, 1 year prior, Qantas and Imperial Airways, which was an early commercial long-range airline that operated from 1924 to 1939, formed a new company, Qantas Empire Airways Limited, which again commenced operations in December of 1934, flying between Brisbane and Darwin. Unfortunately, when World War II began, enemy attacks destroyed half the fleet, and the rest were taken by the Australian government for war services. Moving forward to June of 1959, Qantas received its first delivery of the Boeing 707-138 series aircraft. September 14th of 1992, Qantas merged with the nationally owned domestic airline Australian Airways, after which the airline officially rebranded as Qantas the following year. In 1998, Qantas co-founded the OneWorld Alliance with American Airlines, British Airways, Canadian Airlines, and Cathay Pacific. If you haven't already noticed from the other videos, American Airlines actually plays a vital key role in a lot of these different carriers, as they've got code-shares with them, they've got interline agreements. American Airlines is being a mover and a shaker, but you know what? That's a good thing, because it's helping to connect the different carriers through international and domestic global systems. And that's a big benefit for people that love to travel. For the first time, on March 25th, 2018, a Qantas Boeing 787 scheduled non-stop commercial flight between Australia and Europe, connecting the two continents, with the inaugural arrival of Flight 9 in London, 17 hours from Perth to London. The following year, October 20th of 2019, Qantas Airways completed the longest flight to date between New York City and Sydney using the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in 19 hours and 20 minutes. As of date, Qantas currently has code share agreements with 32 airlines. So that is pretty much it when it comes to Qantas. This is one of those ones where I did learn a lot from reading about it, and it has quite a deep history. It's very interesting. If you wish to read it, I would recommend going and checking it out. I would recommend going and checking out information for all of the airlines that have been listed in this list. So with that being said, that is the end of this series. I hope that you have enjoyed this series. I hope that you've learned something new. I do intend to do this again at a later time, but for now, I have a different series coming up for the end of the year. Please, again, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite airline? Did you like one from this list? Are you going to fly one from this list? For me personally, I think I want to take a ride on Qatar. I don't know where I'm going to go yet, but I want to fly Qatar for sure. And I know I also wish to fly on Nippon, as Japan has been on my bucket list for a long period of time. The research and time that went into this list and making this series was quite a bit, but I am I'm a true aviation enthusiast. I love learning new things about airlines and aviation and looking up different places to fly, different places to see. And it was quite an interesting experience. So please leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out and I would really highly appreciate it. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. This will be the last one again, and all of the videos will be put together into a playlist that you can check out on my channel. Please go and check that out. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel and just enjoy the rest of your time and your stay. Thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe, leave me a like, leave me a comment, share this video and this playlist with your friends, family, and other aviation enthusiasts. Go follow me on Twitter at DragonPink07, and I will see you guys around. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good weekend.